wrapping up here at Old Trafford with the guys here. We've lost by 2-1. I'll start with yourself. Disappointing start to the season. How do you analyse that?
Wow, poor performance. Even the tactics, in my opinion, from Ten Hag, false nine, no striker. At times when I was watching, it was just Delors and McTominay in the box and nothing to cross into. They're not clinical strikers in the box. They won't finish.
What would you have done differently then? Because I heard a lot of people saying that. What should we just start with Ronaldo?
No, Ronaldo, Rashford. You needed a number 9 in that box. Pep tried the false 9 with Foden and Mahrez, I think it was, or something.
Yeah. Done it with all of them, didn't he?
Yeah. Once again, and he's brought in Haaland now. You can see he prefers to have a number 9. It's beneficial to have a number 9, and the false 9, I think, just didn't work for us today. It was a disgraceful performance as well. We all woke up at 3 in the morning, come over from Ireland to watch it here, and this is what we're treated to first game season.
Fullbacks. A lot of people said, why didn't Terrell Malacia start today? Had a good pre-season, played in the last couple of games. Not happy with Luke Shaw today. Did you agree with that?
It was just a poor performance by both the fullbacks. I felt like Dalla was just giving away poor possession. Like, he was just, every chance he had, he was just panicking. I felt the whole back line was panicking. Maguire was pushing up too much as well. There was no cover in the back. I felt like Danny Welbeck was coming in behind every time. Oh my God, it was like Vinicius Junior. He made him look like Vinicius Junior, man. It was just every time Maguire would pull up, Dalla would stay there, and then just such open gaps, and then just no cover in the back post at all. It gave away a goal. It was Martinez and Maguire, and then look up, can't remember who it was, Trossard maybe, or whatever, came in back post. There was no cover. It was just
easy. I'm going to come back over here in 2 seconds. You were talking about, Fred in that position or of a lone 6 and stuff like that, and what Ten Hag sees in that area. How important is it that we strengthen there?
I mean, it's clear to see, isn't it, that we've been saying this for 2-3 years, and the problems are there, but you can't. It's difficult because Ten Hag, first of all, we don't know if he's been backed by the owners, and he also needs to experience this squad for himself. We've said before how Fred can't play in that holding role, but Ten Hag's obviously seen in training, and he's seen enough to think that he can do. But then when it comes to match circumstance, situations change, and you've seen how much he does struggle. So, I mean, I feel sorry for Ten Hag, because you need to give the guy time. And we know this is a transitional period for the club. We can't just be demanding and having these expectations that we had 5-10 years ago. We actually need to realign them. And even then, I thought we were being slightly harsh on Maguire. I actually thought he played all right today.
Do you know what? I thought Maguire played all right today as well. I actually thought Maguire and Martinez looked okay.
But when you have these defeats, it's a pile-up effect, isn't it? Everyone gets on everyone, and it starts flying around everywhere, and everyone's blamed. But the biggest worry for me is Rashford.
What's going on there for you?
Yeah, you've seen what's happened to Dele Alli. When you drop off that level. How many players have you seen drop off that level and then find it 2-3 years later? I don't know anyone. And I look at Rashford and I think it's going to be a difficult season.
Jadon Sancho today didn't look his usual self. In pre-season he looked good. Combinations with Dalot was there. Didn't really see much from him today. How much of the front three being disjointed affected him, and how much of it is he just needs to show more?
I think it affected him because the false 9 wasn't working. Maybe if Ronaldo was in the box, maybe more chances would have connected. The Bruno, first half sitter gone. Maybe I think Ronaldo would have put it on the back of the net. Rashford, just not him anymore, just not himself. I would have started Elanga over him. Some people say Elanga's not as good, but when he does play, he pressures, he puts his heart on the line basically. Rashford, he wasn't even jumping for the ball. He weren't pressuring, nothing like that. I like how he didn't play Ronaldo, because of obviously what's happened.
What does that show for you? Because it could have been an easy decision with Martial not there. Ronaldo's played 45 minutes. Let me just play him and then take him off. Why did you like the fact that he didn't play him? Even though, like we've all saying, there's a big wasp there.
He's not match fit for a start, is he? So I think that's probably the biggest.
I think it just shows like he needs to respect the manager. And
that's a big wasp.
The club as well. He needs to respect the manager and he needs to respect the club. I feel like he should have put him on half time instead of like 60th minute. But it is what it is. I mean, I think this loss was good. The reason being is because now they can see that we need signings.
You can't just jammy our way through and think that it's okay, the players are going to buy in, and
I don't think we was going to lose today. I thought maybe we'll win by 1 or 2 goals. But it is what it is, And
I was just saying, sorry to interrupt, the last thing when they showed the clip at the end of the match, the Glazers were actually in the stands.
Oh, were they?
So that's probably the only positive I can take from today. They've seen it. They've seen it first time.
They've seen the protest before as well. I just want to come over to here. Us this season, Someone said earlier it's a battle for sixth. Is that where we are, or it's the first game so we can grow?
It's the first game, obviously, but like I'm not expecting more. I don't want to get my hopes up because recently, last year, you just get your hopes up and you just end up so disappointed. It's just not worth it anymore.
So you're just like, whatever happens, happens. I'm not having anything.
I could barely see us coming sixth, to be honest. Battling West Ham around that area.
Agree with that?
Yeah, it's not good enough. I think Tottenham and Arsenal look brilliant. They're off to a flying start at the moment, and we're nowhere near that. In my opinion, I think we need Ten Hag signings and we need Frankie de Jong. We've been wasting our time, and now Chelsea are swooping in from. We should have got him a month ago. So I just think we need our Ten Hag signings, and that's all we can do.
Do you think we'll get Frankie de Jong?
No. I don't think we're getting one, Flex.
No one?
I heard someone talk about the signings like a couple of interviews ago, and I don't know if you remember when we lost to Crystal Palace when Donny van der Beek scored, and we just signed like Telles, Amad Diallo and Pellistri, and people were like, oh, now we'll get some signings done. Didn't sign anyone. Didn't sign absolutely anyone. Last year people were gassing the window up, including me. I'm not going to say I didn't, but we got Sancho, who was meant to be the previous year's signing. We got Rafael Varane, and we only got Ronaldo because it was an emotional thing. Terrible window. What have we done this window? Nothing. Flex, the only reason we get this club back, and I'm a forex trader, so I deal with stocks, is Man United's a business. Whether we like it or not, it's the biggest club, or if not Real Madrid, one of the biggest in the world. The only way we get the Glazers to sell is if we hurt the business. And I'm not going to tell anyone to boycott because we love this. And I would never boycott myself, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite. The only way we do that, Flex, is if we stop buying the merchandise, if we somehow stop money getting into this club, which mostly comes to the fans, and we drive the value of this club so down, which might tempt the Glazers still, and then an offer might come. Because we've seen like the Saudis and whoever try and offer money, and they're like, look, we can't offer more than that because it's a bit too much. But the fact of the matter is, us chanting we want the Glazers out. If that was me, Flex, as the Glazers, I'll just put my third finger up and I was like, keep crying, because the money keeps coming in from your pockets. So we can all sing, oh, we want the Glazers out, but while we're putting money into their pockets, they're going to keep putting their third fingers up at us and just keep milking money out of the
It's like a double-edged sword as well, because we're fans, we love the club.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely. Yeah.
No one's going to say we're not buying any tickets to go and watch the boys play, because it's like,
I would never say don't buy tickets because we love this.
But the reality is that's why they're still here though, because we're still here.
Things like the shirts, and like we know when Ronaldo came up, we saw how the shirts I had to wait until December to get this Ronaldo one. So we know that, but it's one of those ones where we laughed at the Red Scouts. I'm not even going to say their name, I hate them that much, but we laughed at them for 30 years for not winning a league title. At least they won the Champions League halfway through. I don't even think we'll win the Europa League. If we go into the Conference League, I don't even think we'll win that, if I'm being honest. Because like it's like one of those ones with Marcus Rashford. He's got a year on his contract. Would Ten Hag want to give him a new contract?
Not for playing like that.
I don't know, you know, because it's not 1 year, 2 years, it's about 2.5 years. Initially I gave him an excuse with the shoulder injury and all, but I look at a lot of these players, I don't want to come out and say, oh, Maguire shit, McTominay shit, because we know that. There's no point repeating it over and over again, and people saying, oh, chuck him in the bin. Chuck him in the bin and do what? We got rid of Cavani, who we replaced him with? Nothing. Got rid of Pogba, who we replaced him with? Nothing. If we get rid of Bailly and Phil Jones and whoever, who are we going to replace them with? Nothing. Nothing. And if you throw the academy into it, what's that going to do to them?
It puts a lot more pressure on them. So there you go. The guys have spoken here at Old Trafford. As we wrap up, let us know your thoughts in the boxes in the comments below after a bad defeat against Brighton opening day of the season. Peace.